Riverside Police.
Detective Malloy, please. I'd like to report a crime.
The new movie Spinning Man has just been released and is based on the novel by George Harrar. It focuses on a professor who becomes the suspect when one of his students goes missing.
The idea came to me from a real-life event in Massachusetts. There was a news report of a young girl disappeared from a lake in Western Mass, and the news reports talked about a white car that was seen in the parking lot of the lake, and the police were looking for the owner of the car to see if that person could be a suspect, could have seen something. And I began to wonder about who was in the car, why that person didn't come forward. Maybe he had done something with the girl, kidnapped her or whatever. From that point on, I did not listen to the reports because I didn't want my imagination to be affected by the real story.
Oh, girl went missing up at the lake.
Ellen Birch?
Yes?
Is your husband home?
What's this about, Detective?
Girl from Eastfield. We got a report a man in a grey Volvo was watching her the day she disappeared. Can you tell me where you were?
I doubt it. I can barely remember last week.
That was C's last day of camp. You went to pick her up, remember?
I tend to let the characters flesh themselves out. I try to get them into situations and let them talk to each other, and in doing that, their characters come out. I try to build stories out of dialogue, so I don't start with description, I don't really even start with plot. I start with the characters being together, and as they talk and interact, the plot moves forward and I kind of follow it.
Camp counselor said she waited for 40 minutes.
Is tardiness a crime?
Obstruction is.
I'm not answering another question until I speak to my lawyer.
The biggest theme in the movie and the novel is recollection, because people's memories are extremely subjective. The story is told the way the protagonist remembers it all, but that isn't necessarily how it all went down.
He's at the center of it, and his complexity is expressed through his wife, the detective, and his children. So you see his different ways he presents himself to these people, then you see how he presents himself to himself. The story is told narratively in my novel through Evan, the professor, and at some point a reader has to judge how much they believe the narrator. Is he reliable or not reliable?
The book adaptation of Spinning Man has recently been released, so go check it out for yourself.
I'm terrified. What else you could convince yourself of?
Like what you see? Subscribe to our channel for more exclusive clips.